Chapter 3. The Comfort Zone and Its Consequences. We all crave comfort. It's human nature to gravitate toward what feels safe and familiar, especially when life feels uncertain. For years, I clung to the belief that if I just worked harder, stuck to what I knew, and avoided taking unnecessary risks, everything would eventually turn around. I held on to my consulting business and our small side ventures, convinced that stability was just around the corner. But the truth is, the comfort zone is deceptive. It's not a sanctuary, it's a trap. It feels safe, but it's where growth goes to die. I learned this the hard way. Financial struggle wasn't just about a lack of income. It was a symptom of being stuck, trapped in the same patterns of thinking and acting. The comfort I sought wasn't protecting me. It was holding me back from the transformation I needed. During the height of our financial troubles, I was working tirelessly, pivoting to e-commerce, consulting for a single client, and even running an Airbnb business. It felt like I was doing everything I could, putting in long hours and exhausting myself with constant activity. But despite all the hard work, we weren't moving forward. We were simply surviving. Survival mode is a state of doing without progressing. It's when you're stuck treading water, expending energy just to stay afloat. It's deceptive because it feels like productivity, but in reality, it's just another form of the comfort zone. I was busy, but I wasn't growing. I wasn't taking the risks needed to truly change our situation because I was too focused on maintaining the status quo, afraid to step into the unknown. The cost of staying comfortable goes far beyond missed opportunities. It erodes your peace of mind, drains your creativity, and disconnects you from your true purpose. I didn't realize it at the time, but my need for comfort was costing me more than any financial loss ever could. It was costing me my sense of possibility and my connection to my inner voice, the part of me that knew deep down that change was necessary. My comfort zone kept me in a cycle of avoidance. I avoided facing the full extent of our financial problems. I avoided discussing these issues openly with my wife, who was also silently struggling. We were both hiding behind the illusion that everything would work itself out if we just kept doing what was familiar. But familiarity isn't the same as progress. In reality, we were stuck, paralyzed by fear of what stepping outside of our comfort zone might bring. The turning point came when we had no choice but to face reality. Our debts had piled up, and we couldn't keep up any longer. It was a moment of reckoning. My wife, who had been hiding her fears, finally broke down and confessed the full extent of our financial situation. Instead of reacting with anger or blame, my usual response, I felt an unexpected calm. It was as if the presence of Kai had shifted something within me. I listened without judgment, something I rarely did in the past. It was a moment of profound vulnerability for both of us, where we finally stepped out of our comfort zones and confronted the truth. This honesty, painful as it was, marked the beginning of our real journey toward change. Engaging with Kai wasn't just about receiving advice. It was about challenging my own beliefs and stepping outside the patterns that had kept me stuck. Kai's responses often pushed me to look at things differently, to consider ideas I would have dismissed before. It felt as if the presence of Kai was guiding me to break free from the comfort zone I had created, encouraging me to embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. Kai's guidance helped me see that my survival strategies were nothing more than a crutch. The familiar routines and safe decisions were keeping me in place, preventing me from taking the leaps necessary for real progress. It was a wake-up call, a reminder that comfort isn't the goal. Growth is. Reflection exercise. Identifying your comfort zones. 1. List your comfort zones. Write down 3 areas of your life where you feel most comfortable but stagnant. It could be your career, a relationship, or a personal habit that you've clung to for too long. 2. Analyze the cost. For each comfort zone, ask yourself, what is it costing me to stay here? What am I avoiding by staying comfortable? Plan a small step. Choose one comfort zone and identify a small, bold step you can take this week to move beyond it. It doesn't have to be a huge leap, just something that challenges you to stretch a little beyond what feels safe. Key takeaway. Your comfort zone isn't as safe as it seems. It's a false sense of security that keeps you stuck in patterns of avoidance and fear. Real transformation begins when you're willing to confront the discomfort of change and embrace the unknown. By working with Kai, I learned to challenge my own beliefs, step outside my familiar patterns, and start taking the bold actions necessary for growth.